Good morning, and welcome to another Sunday Ifa Temple services. As always, let's begin with our morning prayers. Alolo me, cool piece of water, pure tranquil water. This was the Ifa cast for room, and I was going to see Olomi Tutu as his wife. Ifa says it's taboo. Lady Yellow will never allow Olomi Tutu die cruel, cheap death. Olomi Tutu and death have entered into a covenant. Ashe. Cool Eshu, cool roads, cool home. Ashe. Ibashe akamara, Ibashe olodumare, obatere kare, Ibashe ori, Ibashe orumila leyi kwen, Ibashe akoda, Ibashe asheda, Ibashe eshodara, Ibashe olatala, Ibashe oya, Ibashe osun, Ibashe yemoja, Ibashe olokun, Ibashe ade, Ibashe agaju, Ibashe sango, kawo, Ibashe orisho, oko, Ibashe osain. Ele birds, Ibashe, Egungun, Ibashe Oro, Ibashe Egbe, Ibashe Ogun, Ibashe Ochosi, Ibashe Osi. Ibashe to my mother, Ibashe to my father, Ibashe to my Luo, Ibashe to my Oyuborn, Ibashe to my Baba Ifa, and to all of the elders who have shared their wisdom with me. Ashe, Ibashe to my brothers and sisters in Ifa and Orisha, Ibashe to my wife, Ibashe to my children. He who hears our pleas and accepts our pleas, he who hears our pleas and approves our pleas, he who talks to us and sure the talk is completely absorbed. He who hears our pleas and accepts our pleas is the name of Ifa. He who hears our pleas and approves our pleas is Yeshua, God. He who talks to us and sure the talk is completely absorbed is Orishanla. Orishanla, you're the one that molds human beings. The one that molds one cannot fail to impress one. It is a striped frog that summons the rainfall. It is a bullfrog that summons the downpour. It's whatever the acidic palm tree root tells the earth is what the earth accepts. Whatever the big rat tells the earth is what the earth accepts. Ifa, please approve and accept all that I tell you. Ashe. Ogunda, wondering. The ocean is filled to the brim. The lagoon is filled to capacity. Alassans go to Asan. Alassans go to Asan. The owl at the top of the rock. The elders thought over the matter and realized it was no longer favorable. They used their mustaches to cover their faces, spread their beards firmly across their chest. These are the declarations of Ifa to Isheshe and to the head of every oracle to Nile Ife. What is one Isheshe? Olodumare is one Isheshe. It is Isheshe with the four pleasing in Orisha. One's Ori is one Isheshe. It is Isheshe with peace for pleasing in Orisha. One's mother is one Isheshe. It is Isheshe with peace for pleasing in Orisha. One's father is one Isheshe. It is Isheshe with peace for pleasing in Orisha. Please let us appease Isheshe. It is Isheshe with peace for pleasing in Orisha. Isheshe of her mother's lineage. Isheshe of her father's lineage. May they have a say in all that we do and support us. It is Isheshe with peace for pleasing in Orisha. Oh shit. Orumila says, let us be thankful. I say we need to be thankful. They ask the rats, fish, birds, and beasts to be thankful. They all ask why. Orumila responded because of gratuitous feeding and drinking which you all enjoy. They all said there was no need to be thankful. Consequences of this ingratitude leads to the glorious death of rats, fish, birds, and beasts. Orumila says, let us be thankful. I say we need to be thankful. They ask the human beings to be thankful, and the human beings ask why. Orumila responded because of gratuitous feeding and drinking which you all enjoy. It was only human beings that said there was need to be thankful. Ifa, I have come to show my gratitude. If one has shown benevolence, then we must show our gratitude. Ifa, I have come to show my gratitude. Shit. Awa dupe, awa bure, awa dupe o, awa bure, adupe anao ao bore toribo olodumare, awa dupe. Awa bure, awa dupe o, awa bure, adupe anao ao boy toribo, oriene awa dupe, awa bure, awa dupe o, awa bure, adupe anao ao boy toribo, erombole, awa dupe, awa bure, awa dupe o, awa bure, adupe anao ao boy toribo, logo losa. Ashe. Hero Sony Tutu, tiny game without soup can be difficult to consume. This was the Epoch Casper, a Tutu, child of a binary agent. He whose attitude was unacceptable, he who was full of bad character, he whose bad attitude that prevented him from coming to Epoch's domain. Now we come to solicit on behalf of your Tutu. We come to beg on behalf of your Tutu. How many children does Epoch have that he would cast one out? Those who come to beg on behalf of your Tutu. Ofumeji, Hepa Odu, the king who molds human beings, the king who molds human destiny, the king who supports and assists human beings, the king who molds human character, the king who molds human beings, the name given to Orishana, the king who molds human destiny is the name given to Ifa, the king who supports and assists human beings, the name given to Wantori, the king who molds human character is the name given to Olodumare. Oragu Meiji, I call you by your formula, which is known as Hefa Odu. You are the ones who help in organizing one's life to be fruitful. You are the ones who help in organizing one's life to be rewarding. Please come and help me organize my life. For us to be blessed with wealth. For us to be blessed with children. For us to be blessed with all the array of life. It is impossible to see the depth of the sea. Do not let people see evil in me. Do not let me be disgraced. It is impossible to see the depth of the river. Do not let people dig up evil in me. All that I'm doing may be supported by Ifa Orangu Meiji. I call you by your formula, which is known as Hepa Odu. May please let my matters be fruitful and rewarding. Ashe. Ashe Orisha lẹ́nu mi o. Ashe Orisha lẹ́nu mi. Gbogbo tí mo bá bọ̀ mo wí o. Èrò mọ̀lẹ̀ ó gbà. Ifá ó gbà o. Ashe Orisha lẹ́nu mi. Ashe Orisha lẹ́nu mi o. Ashe Orisha lẹ́nu mi. Gbogbo tí mo bá mọ̀ mo wí o, èrò mọ̀lẹ̀ ó gbà, Ifá ó gbà o, Ashe Orisha mi. Lẹ́nu mi. Bí mo dúró, tí mo súré, tí mo bẹ̀rẹ̀, tí mo súré, tí mo kúnlẹ̀, tí mo súré, bí mo jókòó, tí mo súré. Please let us hold our Ori. Ori eni laure eni Ori eni laure eni moji lowuro mofo mori Ori eni laure eni Ori eni laure eni Ori eni laure eni moji lowuro mofo mori Ori eni laure eni Bobo ire ikasu Ifá ọba Ọlọ́run àtìgbà tí a jù Ifá ọba Ọlọ́run ó ṣe àwòrẹ́là Ifá ti gbọ́. Good morning again. My name is Baba Anthony, and I am with Oconrad Sode Temple here in Miami. I'd like to welcome you to this morning's Ifa Temple services. The topic of today is When I Am Down, Ifa Will Lift Me Up. There are always many challenges that we go through in life. Things are never smooth sailing. As a matter of fact, people believed oftentimes, or even think to themselves, you guys are practitioners of Ifa. You have access to divination and all of these tools that you use to practice your faith. Why is it that things aren't always amazing? Because that is not how things should be. It's said that if we do not taste the bitter part of life, that we will never be able to taste the true sweetness. So we go through challenges, right? It's something that we should understand, that it's never a path upward always. Sometimes you'll go up, drop down, come back up, drop back down, so on and so forth. But the message I want to share with you this morning is that no matter where you are in your stages of life, that Ifa will always be our supporter of what we do, especially when we're down. So I want you to think about this. If you are going through any challenges, what does that look like for you? Much of the time you're going to have to say to yourself, are you ready to take a real look at what those challenges are. Are you ready to step away from whatever issues you may be facing to try to get help, whether that's through Ifa or any other means? Right. So let's start with the Odu Ogbe D. That is Ogbe on the right and Odi on the left. Ashe. To jump with agility, to jump into the woeful forest, where they were tying down the essence of Abani Regun's child. He was advised to offer Ebo. So here we have the story of Agbani Regun's child. He was facing many, many challenges in life. Many challenges. And the funny thing is it didn't start that way. He was doing very well. And it was, at first he found himself dealing with issues of coworkers, dealing with issues of friends, people who were around him. You see, there was jealousy, there was so many things going on that these other people surrounding Agbani Regun's child were trying to bring him down. So they didn't want to do it in a physical way, so they started doing this in a spiritual way. Prayers, word of mouth speaking, putting their tongue, their negative energy towards Agbani Regun's child. It got really bad for Agbani Regun's child. He found himself in a place where he was drinking, turning to alcohol to take care of any of the pain that he was feeling. Now, the problem is that as he drank and it's the next day he woke up or came out of his slump, he found himself in a place where things started to multiply. Challenges felt even worse. So he thought he was solving his problems, but he wasn't. He thought he was, pushing everything to the side, but as soon as he got out of that slump or whatever he was going through, it would just come back even worse, multiply right on top of itself. It got so bad that even his family started to abandon him. Right? His family started to abandon him. His children started to think ill will of him. People around town started to see him as a drunkard. Nobody had any faith in Agbani Regun's child. So he was going through quite a bit of trouble. And unfortunately, that still wasn't enough to get him out of the slump. He kept going, he kept going, he kept going. Until one night he drank himself so much that he ended up passing out. And when he awoke, he just started sobbing. What did I do with my life? What is happening? Why am I facing all of these challenges? He had so many questions, and he just needed to say to himself, he said, I have to be able to get out of this. There's got to be a way. So he made his decision to go and see a Babalawo. So the Babalawo cast Ifa. He explained to Agbani Regun's child that the challenges that you're going through, while some of it is caused by yourself, the drinking and the ignoring of the issues that you're dealing with in life, you have many people who are wanting you to fail, many people who are working against you, who are spreading rumors, who are working to do negative things in your life to make sure that you are never successful. The Babalawo explained to Agbani Regun's child that spiritually they tied him up. They put him in a place where they wrapped him up in a wrapper, took string, tied him up, and made things very, very difficult for him. But the things they purchased were all purchased at the market. And so the Babalawo continued to explain. He said that when you purchase things at the market, It is inevitable that those things must be untied for use. If you tie up salt in the market to bring home, in order to use that salt to bring goodness to your food, it must be untied. If you buy pepper, it is tied up in a package, and when you bring it home, it must be untied. If you buy melon to bring home to make food for your family, it must be untied from its package to be good. So I promise you, if you offer ebo, things will start to untie. You will see that when you get through all of these challenges that you are facing in life, that you will become stronger and even better than you were before. You will forget whatever challenges you had. This gave Agbaniregun's child so much hope that he was going to get through his troubles. So he quickly took whatever last of whatever money he had left. He went to the market to purchase the things that the Babalawo said he needed. And he came to bring them, to offer them with ebo. And as he took those packages he bought from the market, he untied them, placed them in the ebo, and the Babalawo prayed and offered ebo for him. Agbaniregun's child went home and decided he would now work to make things better for himself. He wouldn't feel sorry for himself anymore. He was going to quit drinking. He's going to turn himself around. And with that hope, little by little, things started to get better in his life. Little by little, people started to notice the changes. His business started to recuperate. His friends and family started to come back around. All of the challenges that he was facing before seemed to have completely disappeared. And before long, he found himself in the midst of great success, happiness, and love. And the verse ends like this: to jump with agility, to jump into the woeful forest, where they were tying down the essence of Agbaniregun's child. He was advised to offer ebo. He complied. Ifa orders you not to tie the child of Ogbedi. It is taboo. We will never tie a locust bean without untying it. It is taboo. We will never tie salt without untying it. It is taboo. We will never tie pepper without untying it. It is taboo. We will never tie melon without untying it. It is taboo. Ifa orders you not to tie the child of Ogbedi. It is taboo. Ashe. So we have this story of Agbaniregun's child. You know, interestingly enough, we cannot go through the world with everyone being on our side. It's unfortunate, but that seems to be how the world is. We cannot go through the world being the greatest always. We will always face challenges. And here in this particular story, as Agbaniregun found himself in a place where everybody was against him, like working against him, he started to multiply those challenges and that feeling of sorrow by adding in the drinking into his life. Adding in something that was taboo for him for his life Odu. We have to be careful as we live in this society. Yes, we're going to have those people saying things, but we can't let us get to that place where we're willing to add on to the destruction. We can't get to that place where we're willing to throw things away and lose hope. We always have to remember that Ifa will support us, because Ifa is about finding, fulfilling, and following our destiny. Right? So we have to be careful that we ourselves don't add to that destruction. You know, one of the things I think about often is that it gets really easy when you're upset to forget about the things that are important. It gets really easy when you're upset to think about yourself and your own personal health, right? I know in my life, if I get tired, it gets hard to do morning prayers. If I get tired, it gets hard to come home and cook the meal for my family, which I enjoy doing so much. But for me, those things are important, right? No matter what challenges I'm going through in life, I have to remember the things that make me happy, the things that give me hope, right? And so I challenge all of us to think about that in our daily lives. Let us not consume taboo in order to escape what challenges we face in life. Ashe. Let us now move to the story from Ika Meiji. Let us thank the shoulders which do not allow the dress to fall off our body. Let us thank the fact that a good mother gave birth to you to a good father. These were Ifa's messages to Obatala when lamenting that his disciples did not succeed. He was advised to offer a bow. Here we have the story of Obatala. Obatala was concerned because his devotees were facing some very particular challenges. They were worried that things just never seemed to be working out in their favor, no matter what they did. He thought to himself, I have all of these devotees and I cannot help them. I cannot see them through to their success. This gave Obatala many, many sleepless nights. So Obatala goes for Ifa consultation. And the Awo says to Obatala that success is coming to your children. Success in all the things that they were looking for. However, the particular challenge that the children of Obatala were facing were that they were sharing their plans. They were sharing what they were going to be doing. And unfortunately, as they shared this information, there was somebody there, we'll call them a hater, somebody there who was disrupting the success of those plans, who was putting their finger in to make sure that things didn't work out. Obatala was advised to offer a bow in support of his followers, in support of his deities. And he did so. As Obatala offered the abo, he made his way through visiting all of his devotees. It says, I come here in support of you. It is important that you know, as a devotee of Obatala, when you make plans to start a new business, when you make plans to move to another place, when you make plans to do anything that is of importance in your life, you need to keep it as a secret. Because unfortunately, there are others out there who want to see you fail over and over again. His devotees heard. And so the verse ends like this. Let us thank the shoulders which do not allow the dress to fall off our body. Let us thank the fact that a good mother gave birth to you to a good father. These were Ifa's messages to Obatala when lamenting that his disciples did not succeed. He was advised to offer a bow. He complied. Before long, not too far, join us in the midst of all array of life. Behold, the secret kept by Obatala, it remains a secret. Ashe. Ashe. So, this is something that I think we should all think about. This is something that I think we should all think about. When we have plans to create something new, when we have plans to move up in life, when we have plans to change our life significantly, it is important that we focus on trying to accomplish that without involving others. It is so, so important. We have seen, whether it be in movies or heard of friends, we have seen others' lives disrupted by those haters, right? Let's say the person has a great idea for an invention, and then that invention is stolen, or the patent is stolen, or information about that invention is stolen from a friend who knew about it. Or let's say there is a new job somewhere else that you're looking for, and you tell your friends at work. Well, guess what? Now those friends are also applying for that job, which then pushes you out of that position. There are many things that we have to think about in life that when it comes to moving up, moving forward, that information is only for us. All right? We don't want to let everyone in to our space to allow them to disrupt our success. I cannot stress that enough. We cannot allow everyone into our space to allow them to disrupt our success. Now you're probably saying to yourself, now Baba, what does that mean in regards to, my best friend or my wife or my husband or the person who I've known my whole life? Well, this is something that you have to think about personally, right? If you have those people that you can trust in your life, then trust them. But maybe not tell them everything before you've completed what you needed to complete. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying to lie, hide at night and be scared and be distant from everyone. No. Just keep your plans to yourself. Demonstrate your success, then share about it before it gets there. That is so, so important, right? This is a way that puts us in that place that, again, we're causing ourselves to get into a place where we're like, here I am, I'm going up, and I see something up here, but I derail myself and I end up way back down here, and that distance seems so much farther away. And at the same time, we see Obatala, who is worried, who was upset, who was in a place where his only focus was to see the success of his devotees. Right? So that love that Obatala shows for us, we need to show for ourselves also. I can't stress that enough. Right? So work towards your goal, but do not share it with everyone. Let us now go to the Odu of Irete Meji. You imprint one leg of Irete. I also imprint one leg of Irete. When the imprint becomes two, then the true Irete Meji is formed. This was the message of Ifa to he who has a favorable Ori but lacks good legs. He was advised to offer Ebo. Here is the story of a person named Alori Ire Malese Ire. He who has a favorable Ori but lacks good legs. When he was making his way down from heaven to earth, he chose all good things of life. His blessings were big. He came to be successful. The most interesting thing about it is that he was someone who was really good at farming, farm production of foods on his farm, and he would take them to be sold at the market. Everybody in the community said, you know what? He has got the best stuff. He has figured it out. He knows what's going on, right? So much so that when they finally got to the market, when the people got to the market, there was always a line waiting for him. However, for some reason, Alori Ire Ma Lese Ire did not always make it to the market on time. There was always something that was causing him to be slowed down. He was in a position where people simply just got tired of waiting for him. They ended up leaving early, going to buy from another seller. They knew his food was good, if not the best, but they simply just couldn't figure out why he was just never there at his stall ready to go to make the sales to the people who were willing to buy. Oh, this caused him great grief. This caused many challenges in his life, right? Alori Ray, and we're going to shorten the name down just for a moment. Alori Ray, he started to think to himself, wow, I need to think about something else. I need to come up with another plan to make money because I can't seem to do enough here at the market in order to support my family. He was facing challenges financially. So he decides to go into another business of trying to be sales, a business of trying to provide goods for people, right? So he's trying to provide goods and sales for people. So again, great idea. And he finds himself being, the idea is growing and everybody loves the idea. Things are seeming like they're about to go really, really well. But then he hits a hiccup. He's not able to deliver on what he had started or what he had set up. He was beside himself. Here, he had his farming, which he was really good at, but couldn't make the sales to support the work, support his family. And here he was opening a new business of providing goods to people with a brilliant idea, but couldn't see it all the way through. This was causing a significant amount of stress. He wasn't sleeping well. He wasn't happy. He was getting irritated. So he goes to see the Awo, and the Awo cast Irete Meji. And they tell Alori Ire that you came to earth with all the blessings of life, with a really, really good Ori, that whatever you put to your mind to will provide you with the success that you need in life. However, you did not come to earth with good legs, right? He lacked good legs, the ability to continue down the path to see his projects come to fruition for him to have success. So they explained to him the Ebo offering that needed to be done and told him that, as you continue this process, we offer this Ebo to support your legs. We ask that you, feed your Ori, take care of yourself, continue to work towards what you're doing, again, along with offering the Ebo, and you will start to see your success. Alori Ire said, Ashe. So He offered the abo as soon as he could. And things started to change in his life. Things started to get better. As he continued working on the two plans he had before, the one of farming and the one of providing goods, success started to come slowly but surely. He was able to see himself through the challenges that he was facing in life. He was starting to complete the tasks that he started. It was through Ifa and the support of Ifa that he found himself getting to the place where he needed to be. The Odu verse ends as, you imprint one leg of arete, I also imprint one leg of arete. When the imprint becomes two, then the true arete meji is formed. This was the message of Ifa to he who has a favorable ori but lacks good legs. He was advised to offer a bow, he complied. My ikin e rigialo, Ifa, please let me move and have a good ori and good legs to complement it. Ashe. Now, I'm sure many of us go through this particular challenge in life, right? We're in a place where we have ideas that we think are going to be out of this world. But for some reason, we can't seem to manifest the ideas. We have thoughts in our mind that will become the next great product for everyone around us and people across the world. But for some reason, we always seem to hit that hiccup and maybe we give up. And we find ourselves in a place where we're feeling sorry for ourselves. We find ourselves in a place where we're lacking the things that we need in life, financially, with a spouse, right? Family-wise, whatever the challenges may be, but we're hitting that wall. And you feel like there's nothing else to do. Right? And so for us as Ifa followers, practitioners of Ifa, we cast Ifa to know how to remove those obstacles or to have support for what we do. Right? People need to understand that the purpose of Ifa, as I said earlier, and you'll hear me say it, every temple service is for us to find, follow, and fulfill our destiny. Let's listen to the Odu of Ogbe Oshe. The cripple painted himself with chalk. The cripple was casting Ifa. Ajan Tete, the owl of the roadside, they cast Ifa for Orunmila, whose Ori would complete all his assignments and would be blessed with all the Ire of life. He was advised to offer a bow. He complied. Ifa, please release me from bondage for me to be blessed with wealth, said Wele. Ifa, please release me from bondage for me to be blessed with spouse, said Wele. Ifa, please release me from bondage for me to be blessed with children, said Wele. Ifa, please release me from bondage to be blessed with longevity, said Wele. Ifa, please release me from bondage for me to be blessed with all the Ire or blessings of life. And as we know, this story I've shared before, the story of why Orunmila and Ifa are a part of our lives, it is for us to be successful. It is for us to have a way to have guidance, right? Have a way to know that when there are challenges, we can work through those challenges with the support of Ifa, right? That was Orunmila's purpose, to bring Ifa to all of us people, right? Because many times we're walking without guidance. We don't know why we're facing the challenges. We don't understand how could things be good today and bad tomorrow. And then the bad extends itself, and before you know it, the bad is gone a year. Maybe the bad is gone 2, 3, 4 years. But for us as Ifa practitioners, we can't let it get to that point before we seek the understanding of the messages from Ifa. We cannot. I think a lot of people find themselves, when they face challenges, it's easier to sit back and say, okay, let me analyze. I can figure this out on my own. And we probably can. We probably can. I'm not saying we can never figure things out on our own, because many of us did come here with a very, very blessed ori, very blessed head, very blessed way of making plans to find success. But if we can't get out of that slump, we can't let everything else go to the side. Right? That's why I said, when I labeled this program, when we are down, Ifa will lift us up. That is something important that we have to remember always. When we are down, Ifa will lift us up. And it starts with the simple things. Some may say, Baba, well, it becomes challenging to cast Ifa and offer Ebo all the time. Oh, and that I understand. I'm not saying we need to do this every day, every week, but start with Oshe Ifa. Messages can come through Oshe Ifa. Do not let 5 days go by and you miss your Oshe Ifa. 10 days, 17 days. If you can't keep to the Oshe Ifa schedule, then pick a day of the week to offer Oshe Ifa. A time where you can pray, where you can have spiritual fulfillment to help support your life. A time where you can get messages through casting Obi. Life will never be perfect. We will never always be happy. But we must work towards that, right? We must work towards being happy. We must work towards finding our success. So I encourage all of you to know that when you do face challenges in life, let Ifa lift you up. Let Ifa help you find the way. Ashe, Aburu Aboye. I want to let you know that our next Ifa temple service, again, will be in 2 weeks as we continue moving forward. I would like to thank everyone for their support of the Ifa temple here in Miami. If you would like to be a member of our temple to get information from us, please reach out. We are here in Miami to help bring Ifa to the community, to help people understand that they can live a better life through the support of Ifa and understanding how Ifa can help their families. I hope you have a blessed week. Aboru Aboye. Aboshishe Oboato.